Hi everyone, it's Emily Francis with Oh My Malta, and today we're in Rabat to visit a very beautiful, unique, and brand new museum dedicated to the agriculture history in Malta. So here we go, we're going to meet the founder of this museum, which is Charlie Busuttil, and the administrator, James.
Hi.
James
Mitzi.
Mitzi. So here we go, we're about to go for a big tour to see this magnificent museum open to the public that Charlie started and just opened.
Yes.
January this year.
Exactly, 4 months ago.
So you ready? Take us for a ride.
Sure.
So this is paying huge homage to the agriculture practices through the years in Malta.
Exactly.
So we're here with the administrator,
Yeah.
James Mitzi, who's going to take us around the beautiful museum. This museum was started and founded by local farmer Charlie Busuttil, and today we're going to just show you some of the history of Malta. Thank you, James, for letting us come and visit this beautiful new museum.
Exactly. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. So I hear water running already. So I know that we have like a very special irrigation system that they used to use in the past.
Exactly.
So we'll show you some of that. And then we're going to show you some of the old tools and some of the history that has occurred in this country for generations of farmers, which is my favorite people. You know this.
Exactly.
So where do you want to show us? Let's start in this room where we are,
Sure.
and tell me what the people should know.
So the museum focuses on the journey of the Maltese farmer.
Okay.
So it's divided into collections, and we are here in the wheat section. Okay. So from wheat we get a very important, product, which is flour.
Yes.
And here we're showing some old artifacts and some old tools which were used to produce wheat. For example, we have this mill,
Okay.
which dates back to 1881, which is very, very old. We have another one on the right-hand side. I will show you how it works. Okay. And behind you, we have some other tools, which are the pruning shears, the sickle, sifters, all used in the process from wheat to flour.
I do have to ask, because I know that they used to grow a lot of wheat here in Malta, and I'm now finding myself still seeing wheat growing in certain fields, but does anybody on the island actually cultivate wheat for flour anymore? Do you know? Is there any businesses or companies? I just had this conversation the other day, and I thought I would ask. I know that wheat only lasts about 10 years before they plant something else to keep the land healthy. So I didn't know if wheat is still practiced here in Malta. So it's beautiful to keep this and preserve the history alive. So show me how they do the wheat.
We can move actually to the other side.
Okay.
All right, and have a look. So very simple, is to put wheat here in this mill. Okay. Then we have 2 blocks going round against each other.
Okay.
They used to turn it, and you will see, okay, it's coming out. Then they used to put this in a sifter, okay?
Okay.
And then the process goes on. But this is the first initial process of
and this is what
mill.
wheat looks like before it becomes our flour. Can I just touch this for a second? Because this is really cool. And it's harder than I thought. So they really had to break it down.
Exactly.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Thank you. So can you show me, there's this beautiful water that just seems very relaxing, but it actually serves a purpose more than just for beauty, right?
Yeah, sure.
So what is this?
Come closer. And we are showing how rainwater was collected in a water reservoir. So we can see the rainwater coming, and eventually the water reservoir, starts filling up. And then of course, they would collect the water by means of a water mill.
And this is the irrigation for all the farms then?
Sure, for the
land.
fields.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we're in another area of the museum, and there's so much going on in this space. So I want to just give a quick overview that what I see is these big giant tools, but there's like different sections all the way through on both sides of this room. So you'd really have to come visit to see for yourself, but give me a quick, what is this?
These are old tools. For example, we can start with the nail roller, which is this like piece of...
it looks like a big porcupine.
No,
you guys don't have porcupines.
used to crush the wheat or maybe hard soil.
Okay.
And then we have a harrow, which is the next one.
Okay.
All right. Used to gather piles, all right, of grass or wheat or hay. Then we have old plows, all right, which are no longer in use. Some donkey muzzles, and then the basic tools of a farmer everyone knows, like a pointed hoe, like a hoe. And then behind, I can walk behind you, and we have the famous rake. Okay, it's nice piece of tool. Then we have this cotton separator machine.
Because you used to grow cotton in Malta.
Exactly.
Which I can't even fathom now, because I've never seen a cotton field on the island.
So this is a cotton separator, which separates the cotton and the seeds. Okay, and this machine was used to produce tomato sauce.
Oh.
So they used to put tomatoes
So
here.
this is the original conserva right here.
Exactly, exactly. The original conserva. So you put the tomatoes here, you go around and you actually get the sauce and the pulp. Okay.
And that will never go out of style. Now,
Sure.
I want to just tell you that where we're standing, there are 3 distinct little areas right off the side. One is a little area for wine, and there's a certain grape that they use here. The Maltese red, which
the
is
Giallosa grape, which is the native grape of Malta. Okay, this dark-skinned grape which produces this semi-rosé wine.
Love it.
Okay.
It's a delicious one. And then there's a kitchen also here with a lot of special tools. But in between the wine and the kitchen is a strange little drop-off with a tomb. Why do we have a tomb in here?
Because we are in Rabat, and like mostly know, in Rabat, a lot of tombs were found underneath houses and basements of private houses.
Yes.
So we wanted to give this representation as well in our museum, especially for the kids and students who come here and visit. So we dug a tomb, which is another attraction.
Tell the truth, is that a real tomb?
No, it's not a real tomb. It's not a real tomb. Okay.
Okay. So don't go running. But it's really worth the visit here. And the visit is open to the public. This is new. Sure. It's in Rabat. It's open to the public. There's a little space here where you can watch a short film with the history.
Exactly.
And then upstairs they can purchase some local produce that was grown by Charlie, the founder of this, and also some local products from local farmers as well. So that's really important that they offer to schools and they offer to the public. So if you're just visiting Malta, you can come down to Rabat and come see
Xierfa Museum.
Xierfa Museum
the Agriculture Museum.
in Rabat. Okay, so we're gonna go check out a couple other things. Come with me. We're outside at Xierfa Museum in Rabat, and one of the cool things about this is the water irrigation system that they have always used to catch the rainwater and to feed all of their garden plants. So tell me what the mule used to do.
Sure, I call this a beautiful piece of engineering, okay, which goes back hundreds of years. In our case, this watermill is an original watermill, which is 150 years old, and very simple use, okay? The mule is attached to the harness, blindfolded, goes round, and collects water for irrigation purposes.
So together you and I are gonna push this thing
7
times?
7 times to get the water.
And that's when the water starts to come?
Exactly.
Okay, I will believe it when I see it. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
Grazie ħafna. So, James, there is olive oil grown on this land all around us. So this is your farm, your olive oil. So we have Charlie Buzutil and James Mitzi, and we're gonna try the local olive oil.
I'm gonna hold the plate because it's windy. Doesn't fly off. Good.
Oh, so good. Grazie ħafna. Thank you for having us.
Welcome. Thanks for the opportunity.
See you next time.